This is probably the coolest move I've ever done on the Moonboard. It's so cool that I would even call it a hidden gem within the V4 Moonboard 2017 benchmarks. This benchmark problem is called Shattered Elbow, which I've done a couple times in the past. The most straightforward beta is just to throw two big dynos to the top. There was a time when I was not able to do this problem, and my search for beta online led me to this crazy, absurd, unimaginable video. In this beta video by Girl Beta, the climber pretty much turns a move that spans half of the board, which is usually done in a dynamic fashion, into a static move. Instead of making the jump, she simply flipped her left hand into an undercling and just hits the ending hold like it's nothing. Watching her switch to the undercling while holding this small crimp in a situation where she could have simply just finished the problem so easily if she had just dynoed was completely mind-blowing. It was super intricate for a simple V4 benchmark, but it was also so inspiring. I knew that I had to try it after seeing it. This is why training on the Moonboard has so much value. You can learn from people all over the world from the beta that they post. Most of the things you see is pretty intuitive beta, but on rare occasions you see something like this. There are people who like to send problems without looking at any beta whatsoever, and there are people who like to have all the help they can get. For me, I feel like I'm still at a stage in my climbing where there is still so much movement that I can learn from watching others, so I choose to watch beta videos. There will be people who shame you for watching beta, but just remember this.
I wrote an article last night that I want to recite to you.
Okay.
How does a baby learn? A baby learns through mimicking. They just mimic. They mimic their parents, they mimic everything until they can start to mimic words. Once they start mimicking words, they start mimicking more words. And then they start mimicking sentences.
Yes.
Once they're mimicking full sentences and they understand mimicking and words in general and letters and how they work together, they become their own individual speaker. They become these intricate thinkers and speakers on their own, but only after they've been allowed to mimic unjudged. They have to be, you have to look at everybody as a child.
Yeah.
They have to be able to mimic their parents unjudged until they find themselves. Here's the deal. Think of life as stairs, and they're all dark. Once you take that step in the dark and you find a stair, it lights up, okay? Now, if Drake is over here and he finds a stair and it lights up, I'm not gonna be an idiot and say, oh, I'm only gonna use my stairs. I don't care about the stairs. All I care about is going higher. So fine, I'll step on Drake's stair, and then I'll find my own stair, and then I'll step on another one, step on another one, and it's all about going up. It doesn't matter how you get up.
Yeah.
It doesn't matter if, oh, you got this idea from this person. If you're not allowed to use other people's ideas, why are we even all on the same page?
So after failing quite miserably a couple months back to replicate Girl Beta's sequence, I decided to give it a try again. Almost 4 months since I tried the static beta, I was able to finally do it, and it went down in just one attempt during the session. I can confidently say that there are 3 things that helped me this time around, which is improving my finger strength, which helped me cling onto this crimp a lot easier. Number 2 was training my lock-off strength, which helped me pull up as high as possible so I can set up the adequate body position just right so then I can launch off the dyno. And then lastly, number 3, which was body tension, which helped me hold myself against the wall after doing the dead point. If you want to learn how I train these 3 elements, check out this video that I posted a while back for some tips and tricks. And that's it for this week's video. I know it's very simple, but I hope that you got something out of it.